Let's bring in one of the cybersecurity experts. This is Max Shier. He's VP and Chief Information Security Officer at Optiv, who is in town for Black Hat USA, the 2024 conference that I think is just wrapping up today, Max. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but what have you learned over these last few days? What information do we need to know about the next steps here for cybersecurity?
I appreciate you having me on the show. Well, first of all, Black Hat is one of those conferences where I think security professionals really look forward to it. It's really meant for the security practitioners within the space, not necessarily the leadership like CISOs like me, but the actual people, boots on the ground, doing the work and defending companies across the United States. These just like this, they cover the new types of exploits that are being released by hackers and being used by hackers out there. And honestly, with the advent of AI and hackers being AI, this conference is how do you counteract AI use within hacking activities. And I think it's just one of those things where practitioners I still like getting my hands on and getting boots on the ground types of activities and stopping hackers. I think it's really important for us to attend these types of meetings and these types of conferences that keep the exploits and really things that help us defend the companies that we work for.
All right, so you've got pretty much all these massive brain power, massive brain trust all in one place for this conference, including yourself. What should us lay people know? What do we need to know about what's coming out of this conference? How can we protect ourselves directly?
Yeah, and that's a good question. And I think as consumers, there's still a lot of things that you can do to help defend yourself. And really, it just comes down to good security hygiene. And I know that may sound like a weird term to a lot of people, but it's really just the basics. And that is use a password manager that encrypts your passwords and stores it on your local computer. But it also helps you create complex, unique passwords for every website that you have an account on. Use multi-factor authentication where you can, which allows you, in addition to your password, to use your phone to type in a number or some other prompt that is a second form of validation to allow you to log into a website. And then lastly, and most importantly, and I think for a lot of us, this has been something that we've been doing for years, but maybe we're just not paying attention to it, and that is patch your computers at home, install the latest security updates. And really, I think that's one of the most important things. And one of the easiest things that you can do is just turn on auto updates for your devices at home, including your home. It's not something that's managed by your cable or internet company.
Wait, so you're saying like even if I've got a small business out there and do most of the work on site at my small business, personal computer protection at home impacts all of that?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people reuse passwords across the board.
Okay.
And, if you use a password at home, that's the same at work, and you get that password that's compromised using your home computer, it potentially could be compromising your work computer as well, or other accounts such as banking, et cetera. So it's extremely important to use unique passwords, et cetera, like I just stated. And honestly, your work type of security hygiene should be the same at home. It should be the same across the board. Work is no different from your home.
Hey, Max, we're showing some social media posts from Black Hat Conference here in Las Vegas. Biggest surprise we're going to see, biggest new thing that we're going to see coming out of this conference is what?
Well, that's a good question. And I think the media hype right now is all around AI. And I think that's going to be a continuing theme for the next several months, if not the next several years, as it really is not just the good things that we can do with AI, but also the bad things that hackers and bad threat actors are going to be using AI for. And so, you're seeing more companies release products that have AI enabled in them because, to counteract AI, you have to use AI. The human interaction aspect of it, we're just very slow. And you need to have computers and AI do the work to counteract AI maliciousness. And, I think you're just going to continue to see that as a theme as we move forward over the next several months and even the next couple of years, is the integration of AI to fight AI. And it's just going to become increasingly prevalent and more effective, to be truthful.
Max Shier, the company is Optiv. Optiv.com is the site. Just quickly, let's talk about the aftermath here. I have a breach. I discover it either at my home or small business. What do I do next?
Yeah, and the first thing is determine the materiality of it. What is the extent of the breach? And it could be as simple as your credit card number is stolen or a password is stolen. But, if you have a password that's being used across the board, make sure you use those immediately. And then secondly, if there is materiality to it and you do have financial impact or you do have some other impact that is to the business, make sure that you report it to the appropriate authorities, local law enforcement, FBI if necessary. They both have websites that you can report these types of incidents to. And just make sure that you follow through on ensuring that whatever the impact is, you determine that first, and that way you can counteract that. And then make sure that whatever the root cause of that breach is, whether it's poor security hygiene or if you're just not, you don't have the proper security tools in place, make sure that you follow up and close the loop on that to ensure that you can stop future attacks.
Optiv.com is the site. Max Shier, VP and Chief Information Security Officer. Thanks so much for joining us here on ARC Las Vegas.